we go. Okay. Do that. Alright. Ugh. Okay, just wanted to make sure, like, it updated the game category because, unfortunately, because I stream directly from console, at least for PS4 that is, there's the thing where it's like, even if I was to try and do it beforehand, it will, like, always, change up the shit, and then I have to, like, redo it again, no matter how many times, but anyway. But yeah, so, as always, everyone, hey yo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and welcome to another installment of Shoot 'em Up Saturday. So, today I was going to be doing, well, originally I was going to be doing a thing for today where I was going to be trying to continue more of my Freedom to playthrough with the Blork Demake mod. But then I was like, well, I got a shit ton of other Doom mods as well to play, so I was like, well, what can I do? Um, and then I was thinking to myself, well, there's this one mod that I'm kind of thinking about maybe looking at, which was like a what if scenario sequel to like what if TNT Evolution had a sequel thing made and everything. That was the original idea. And then I was like, well, I have another idea. It's gonna be kind of familiar to do in a sense, but also have like like some new little things to go around, explore and all that. So I figured I'd do that. So today I'm gonna be playing a mod that's known as Doom 2 Classic Redux. So this here is the page and everything for for the mod. Because I know sometimes people might want to see the information and all that. Yeah, this was mod kind of made by World Machine, ported with permission by Union, I guess. So Doom 2 Classic Redux is a reimagining of the 1994 classic, introducing a plethora of visual, audio, and gameplay improvements while still keeping true to the id Software's initial version. Apparently this is an updated version of the same mod from Doom 1 forums made especially for the 2024 KEX engine re-release and featuring the Maps of Chaos level pack that's meant to be harder and improves updated versions of Doom 2's iconic levels. So, for those that don't know what the hell this whole thing is talking about, so I say like just kind of like a, I want to say this is kind of like a two-part, like a two mods put together to make one thing. So the first one obviously is Maps of Chaos. Maps of Chaos is a mod for Doom and Doom 2 where it takes the levels that you originally known that you're familiar with if you played Doom in some sort of way, and then expands upon it. Like it has like new areas, new possible secrets, new traps, and of course more enemies. Um, I want to say that there's like three versions of Maps of Chaos. I think there's a normal version, I think it's like hardcore, and then there's overkill. Now, excuse me. Hmm, sorry, I'm still kind of trying to be kind of waking up in a sense, even though I've been up for a little bit, but yeah. So Maps of Chaos for Doom 1, it expands the original 3 episodes of the game because it doesn't touch Thy Flesh Consumed. So basically, still it changes the OG stuff, mainly like the OG episodes and all that. And I'd say like the gameplay mod is kind of like I want to say it's kind of like a Brutal Doom type thing, but it's more vanilla based. Um, the reason why I say that is because some of the weapons, in a way, kind of like feel like they came from Brutal Doom, but they're made to be more, like vanilla-like. So it's like, oh, you can be able to play it on classic source ports that you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't be able to do with like, say, if you're playing like with original Brutal Doom or something like that. Um, and yeah, boiled and yeah, the I guess like the term or the wording for it is like boiled doom. Like like boiled doom is kind of like a light version of brutal doom that it can still have like like the gameplay feature, like kind of like has some like some kind of like intense gameplay features and stuff like that, but is able to run on classic ports and like I want to say DOS, but I haven't really tested it, so take that with a grain of salt. Now, there is actually another version. There is actually another little like Doom Classic Redux for this, but it's for Doom One, obviously. Um, and the one thing about that was they actually changed for some reason they actually changed the pistol back from what it was in the mod originally, which was a rifle. Because in this mod, you don't have a pistol, but you have a rifle instead. You have like like an assault rifle thing, whatever. And in the Doom One version, it apparently get reverted to a pistol. And I'm trying to think. I mean, and yeah, like it has like some. It does have like some changes for like some of the enemies and stuff like that. Like these, for example, these are actually imps. Um, and I want to say like for example like the chain gun here. I think it's like I want to say it fires a little bit faster. Like it has like a faster rate of fire versus the classic chain gun. So there's that. What we're going to be doing for the most part is we're going to be playing this on ultraviolence. We're probably going to be doing a thing where it's like have like extra multiplayer stuff as well. From like possibly weaponry to items. There might be the whole situation of extra enemies, but I don't know because I haven't really played the Maps of Chaos mod with that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But as you can see, yeah. For example, as you can see, like the enemies that you see before you, these are the zombie men, and they have like they have like the helmets on and everything. And there's also, you can see full view HUD. Has a little bit of a new look to it. I don't always play with full view on, but I figured maybe like for this one, I'd give it a shot. And yeah, as you can see, we start off with a rifle instead of pistol, and apparently you can hold like 250 bullets instead of the usual 200. And I think maybe when you get a backpack, you get like 500 or something like that. I'm not real sure. So, and yeah, this is how the rifle behaves. You can see it's got like some new sprites and sounds. Like some of the sounds come from like PSX, like PSX Doom / Doom 64 and all that. Where are you? Alright, so I have no idea why I was doing that sound. Alright, but yeah, I want to do a little bit of a showcase type of thing, and just for the hell of it. So yeah, this is how the fists work. I don't know why this is a thing, but like it looks like the left hand looks like it's pointing, like it's pointing towards something. But that's how that's how the fist works. It still has this whole situation of like, oh, it's you see like the left hand, but you still punch with the right hand. Chainsaw now has 2 blades instead of 1. I don't really think that it makes much of a difference as far as like how I don't think it really like changes much of the fact that it's like, oh, like maybe having 2 blades would make things a bit more doable. Because if you guys remember like Doom 64, Doom 64 has it's like double blade thing, and it's like it installs much faster. But I don't think that this one here really makes a difference. And yeah, this is like I said, this is the rifle that replaces the pistol. For some reason, it shoots like in 2-round bursts. This is the shotgun, and you can see it has like a little like animation where you see like the new shell coming out. You you don't see it like on the floor. This is the super shotgun or SSG. I can't remember. I don't know for 100% for certain, but I want to say like the firing sound might be like from one of like the new Doom games, like 2016. There's a chain gun. Yeah, that's how that looks and feels. Rocket launcher. Plasma gun. Which kind of makes me think of like Doom 64's plasma gun, because hold on. Okay, no, I can't get rid of that. But if you look at it, it's kind of like a mixture of like classic Doom's plasma gun with a slight thing of like like Doom 64's one. But still, but like you don't see like the electrical charge and stuff going on in the middle, and it's green instead of blue. And of course, you don't hear the like the sound that you normally would hear if you were having like the Doom 64 version. And then of course got the BMG. some of this, and this is another one of those little things where it's like it feels like it has like the class, like it has like a slight, like a slight mixture of like classic Doom and Doom 64's BFG, and all that. But yeah. But yeah, that's all the weapons for this mod, and yeah, we're gonna play some Doom 2 with this and see how things go. As you can see, you can probably tell, like some of the things, like, there's this area over here. This little area is blocked off. It has like a little things you have to, open, I will show how to, open this in a little bit. And then of course, you got this area right here. You have like, you have like what seems like 3 different paths to take, but the true path is right here, with an imp right behind the thing. Health bonus there. Build this wall to have a, to get a super shotgun, more ammo and stuff like that. And big med kit, which, has a new little look to it. But as you can see, nothing there, nothing there. So yeah, if you ever play this, whether it be like just mod entirely, or if you find that the Maps of Chaos, mod on PC, if you ever play this, you come across this little spot right here, just know that like these 2 doors, don't bother with them, just go here, and you'll be good. Yeah, right here, chain gun. Couple arm bonuses there. And this here is the button that opens up the pathway that you would normally go to for the exit area and all that. And yeah, I don't think there's any. And yeah, this is kind of like one of those little situations where there's nothing really back here, as far as I know. But I could be wrong, but like, I just know that like this little place right here, it's like, oh, it's just one of those little situations where it's like it has like a door that's like like slightly open, but it doesn't open at all really. So it's one of those like take it as you will type of things. Anyway. Yeah, so now as you can see, the area is up over there. So I got this area right here. On that, open up this little secret here for the rocket launcher. Now here, I have a lot of imps. And normally out here would be a shotgun, but instead of it now being a shotgun, it's a chain gun with a few bullets. So normally you would think like, oh, here's the exit, and all that, but as you can see, you need a blue key to open this door, indicated by these little things right here, and I hit a button that makes me fire for some reason. Yeah, so you can't be able to, just simply exit the level. So you have to explore more. So you're probably thinking to yourself like, well, where do we go? Well, the answer is through here. You go through here. Of course, you have these little areas, but now you have like, another. But now it's like, you have an extra opening with some monsters, which is, I think it's like mostly pinkies. It's like pinkies, like I think it's like a couple pinkies, an imp, and a Hell Knight. Also, you can probably tell also as well that the Hell Knight's got a bit of a new look, especially, for the lower half of its building. Got the green armor here. Some stuff over here. And another little thing that you can see, is that some enemies have new death animations, like for example the pinky here, stuff like like falling on its back, and all that. It's like now, now it has like this new little pose. And there. Little area here, which I think like normally might house I want to say it's kind of like a monster closet in a sense, but you can go over here, you can get some small goodies, a little secret area. Alright. And yes, there's Kako. So yeah. Like I said, like it's there's new areas, more enemies, things like that. This whole mod, this whole Maps of Chaos mod originally was supposed to be like a thing for the original I guess like the original concept of the Maps of Chaos mod was originally known to be a thing for people to play co-op with. You could be able to have like a nice little co-op experience with with people. You have like bigger area. You have like the levels expanding, and you have more demons to kill, stuff like that. Here's card. So yeah. That's the new entryway, I guess you can say. Now here we are at lecture halls. And as you can see, like, we're in a new area. Cause yeah, you know, a good portion of the levels have like a thing where it's like, you know, like I said, you know, like, and the levels are expanded a bit, and you know, you can have like new starting areas to go around with as well. So, you know, there is that. But it's, you know, it's fun little mod to play, methinks. Yeah, it's fun little mod to play around with, especially like if you wanted to, you know, like have like a, like I said, like it's a thing that normally would be a thing for, you know, for cooperative purposes, you know, for like, you know, for, you know, if you want to play with like friends or, you know, like just, or, you know, just random people in general. But it is doable to play it in solo. You know, especially, you know, if you play like, you know, like Doom 1 or Doom 2 so many times, and it's like, you know what, I kind of want to, you know, like, I kind of want to, like, you know, relive those games, but I want to have, like, you know, more challenge. You know, like, I want to have, like, you know, more enemies to kill and things like that. Well, you know, this is the mod to, in my opinion, you know, fulfill those wishes. Go down here. And yeah, do be careful because now there's a chain gunner that's, you know, gonna be right in front of your face per se. And yeah, the Soul Sphere. Soul Sphere is not normally known to be there in single player, but in co-op, you know, purposes stuff, you know, it is. Yeah, overall though, like I said, like it has like some new areas and stuff like that, but it still has like the familiarity of the Doom levels that, you know, you're used to. So. I got 2 Hell Knights. Alright. Yeah, I think normally if you play on like I think like the Xbox port of Doom, there'll be a very a very rare super secret exit level that you go to if you interact with this little wall right here. It will take you to the level. It will take you to the exclusive level known as Betray, I believe. Which, to be honest with you, it's not really the best looking level that has ever been released. For Doom. But yeah, that's pretty much how things are with this. Excuse me. Didn't mean to fire there. But yeah, I am hoping that someday me and Onyx are able to play some Doom together. Since apparently he's now got Doom plus Doom 2 port. And even though I know he's not I know he's not big into playing mods like I am, but I know there are some things that I can find that would probably tickle his fancy or be worth trying to play stuff with. Like for example, the one thing I do hope to try and the one thing I do hope to try and do for for a little playthrough with him. As I want to be able to try and hopefully play like the Doom 64 for Doom 2 mod, because that's probably going to be like the closest way that me and him could be able to do anything involving Doom 64, because as some people may know, Doom 64 is it's not really known for being able to play multiplayer, especially like co-op, and thankfully with that mod, you can. The other one I'm kind of curious to try about doing is Chex Quest 3, even though I don't know if the Chex Quest 3 thing that I have actually supports co-op, but it would be it would be cool to try just try out for science, as they say. And I'd say probably another little thing is maybe playing like this mod, and even the Doom 1 version. Where it's we have more shit we can be able to kill and stuff for for Doom 1 and Doom 2. And even I am in a sense trying to to poke the like the what was like the shock collars, the shock stick thing, like kind of like to nudge him into it because try because I say like sometimes when it comes to me and him being able to play something together, it feels like it's kind of rare, like the only times I would say that we ever really are able to do anything is like involving Night Rain, which I don't mind doing Night Rain stuff, but it's like the one thing I would love for us to be able to try to do is at least being able to play some Doom because I guess you could say like the one thing I've learned about him over the years is that he's more of a Doomer than a Duker. Meaning, like you might see him play, I feel like the chances are, as far as trying to do like a co-op thing with him on one of like the classic retro games, you probably see him, you probably have better chances of having him, being able to play like some classic Doom more than like Duke Nukem 3D. No, he has played Duke 3D before and everything, and I feel like we've technically kind of like, done like a little special collab thing for it, but that was more along the lines of like, like he plays the game solo, and I give some tips or advice, or be like, hey, just go do this or that, with the level that he's currently on. And even though, we love to give each other shit and all that, it's like, it's like, it's like a common thing, sometimes, where it's like, we're, like best friends, they mess with each other, and, they, kind of like, try to push certain buttons, but not like, anything like, too majorly, and it's like, the one thing is like, it's like the one thing about him is like he always likes saying the word maybe. It's like it's always like he always likes saying the word maybe. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's like he's a maybe baby. And I say maybe baby because and the reason why I say maybe baby is because it's kind of a bit of a bit that came on American Dad, where it's like, I think I'm trying to think. It was like, I think it was like this one episode where Francine was apparently pregnant, and she was trying to get like test results and all that, and and like Stan was hoping to be the case, and have like a child that would be more braver and upbeat and everything, kind of like a splitting image of him compared to what Steve Smith is. And I think like it all stems from the fact that I think like it all stemmed from the fact that Stan and Steve were at a movie theater together, and there was this guy that was like kind of like trying to tell Stan to be quiet and all that, and then they got into like a little bit of a little scuffle, and then afterwards Stan berated Steve because he just instantly fled, even though like he went to go I don't know what the name of it, the name of the people are, but like the people like who work at the movie theater and just would probably like come in with like a flashlight and be like, hey, you stop doing this and that or whatever. So, and there was like this whole little thing where it was like where Steve was talking about like having like a maybe baby brother or whatever, and then there's like this whole bit where it's like Roger just says like maybe baby, and then everyone else was like saying it and everything, and it was kind of funny. Oh, we got Mancubus here. Ow, ooh, ow. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it looked like the fucking Mancubus was, what got set ablaze when it was doing its dying animation. That's crazy. I was saying, like, why is my background on my mobile thing not showing my Twitch? Oh. Damn it. It was making me going all over the place for some fucking reason. Okay, that was a little bit risque, but I got through it. Just now I need to go get some mag ammo. Okay. We'll save over here, so that way I have some nice distance. Yeah, part of me, I will say though that part of me does think, part of me does imagine seeing Onyx play a mod like this because, like it's, because basically, it's still, classic Doom, or Doom 2 in this case, but, there's more enemies and stuff to kill, and, I know he, I know Bill, and I know how he likes being able to, go on them demon killing sprays. hit that. So they're going to make a little platform thing to help us get to the end. Alright. That. So now we got a backpack. Now our bullet ammo for the rifle and chain gun now it goes from 250 to 500. But the shells, rockets, and plasma ammo, they still are based at 100, like 100, 600, which is fine. I hate when I do that, when it's like, I don't know what I still don't know what it is, but like, with this wired controller that I have, like, if I want to say, like, it feels like some of the buttons are a little bit more, like, I don't know if I want to say, like, bigger or more sensitive or something like that. Like, I don't know. Even though, like I say, probably the only real gripe I have per se is that sometimes when I'm playing DBD and I'm playing Survivor and everything, it's like where it's like I'm literally trying to to run from a killer and all that, and then all of a sudden it's like it's like I'm kind of like just like walking or something like that, and then it's like suddenly like that, and it's like I'm trying to run. Even with like me holding down the button, to run and all that, and it's like it's not this moments where it's like it makes me want to, it makes me walk, which is pretty annoying. All right, let's see if we can strafe over here. Can. Huh. The partial invisibility sphere is got a new little look to it apparently. Alright, so we got that. Come up here. Alright. Okay. I believe that is everything. Yep, got all the shit. All the kills, all the items, and the secrets too, so. Alright, So now we're on map 4, which is the focus. I think the one thing probably I would always try and do is like check on the outsides of an area. Like always check on the. If you're out on like an outside area or anything like this, it's always best to try and check your place, check around the buildings, stuff like that, because you might find some useful and additional goodies. Ow. 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 Ow, that was a fucking homing missile. that one little pixel where it's like a nice little get a shot in. Alright, we're good on shells. I thought I was really out of range. Like, I literally thought I was out of range for that shit, and somehow I wasn't. Like, that's crazy. Damn it. I'll take that. Like, like I barely even touched the damn button, and all of a sudden it's like it, made me fire, made me waste the shit. Let's do that. I don't know if it's just me, but like, I think like when I first saw these, like these new these new versions of the imps and everything, for some reason, like it made me think that they were like mini barons. Like no joke, I felt like they were like literally mini barons, like mini barons of hell. But anyway, so I guess another random thing to kind of talk about is, as far as this playthrough goes, the idea that I sort of have in mind the idea that I sort of have in mind for this playthrough is, I want to kind of like do a bit of a thing where it's like I try and go as far as like I'd say like probably like in certain parts where I get like the intermission text and stuff like that, you know, for levels, you know, where it's like, oh, you're gonna get like the intermission text here, you know, maybe that'll be like a nice little way to stop things, and then, you know, this, that, and the other. So now I will say though that when it comes to the final level, which is the Icon of Sin, that's probably going to be one level that I'm going to be using cheats on, because I've always, like, because I don't know if anyone else had, like, you know, the same kind of mindset, but, like, you know, trying to do the whole thing with the Icon of Sin, you know, like, in the vanilla aspect of things, it's like, it's just so, it's so it's so tediously annoying. You know, like it's so tediously annoying where it's like you have to like fucking, you know, it's like you have to like time your shit perfectly, you know, and deal with a whole bunch of enemies and stuff like that while you're trying to like, you know, pump rockets into the brain of the Icon of Sin. So yeah, I'd say probably like when we hit that simple is when we might actually end it. So. Okay, so we know all we gotta do is just come here and just interact with that. So that's good. Always good to know, yeah. Okay. Bottleneck and Blitzkrieg. Yoo-hoo. The fact there's a fucking Hell Knight in a small cramped thing like that. Sheesh. Such chaos. This. And of course, fucking Kakeo Demon, aka Flying Red Tomato, like right down there. So what's next? Gonna fucking put a Cyber Demon in the cramped area? Yeah, I think that dude got jipified. Alright, over here. Can anything actual stuff snipe through the window? Alright. You know, there's a part of me that's kind of curious about something with this level. check something real quick. Actually, no. I don't want monsters. Oh. Okay. Achoo! Achoo! Okay, well, I just technically learned something today. Cause I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I always thought that, like, you know, whenever you come down here, that like, oh, you have to like always go through there and stuff like that. I don't know why. I guess maybe because like in my head it's like, oh, you know, or it's like, or I guess like in my head in a sense where it's like, oh, you know, you see this little area and you see this little door, you see this little area open up over here, and it's like, oh, maybe I have to go this way. And it kind of like, and I guess it maybe say like, you know, kind of like would distract you from the fact that, you know, there's like an elevator thing, it's like right there, and you better go that way, and I think that is a plasma gun. I don't know why. It's like I'm kind of looking at it, and it's like it makes me think it's like part plasma gun, part chain gun. Like, you know, it has like the plasma part from like, you know, like the main body of it, but I think it has like the I don't know if it's like the cylinder of but I have like the cylinder of a chain gun. If we could be able to go to it, you know, get it, then, you know, we could be able to, you know, we could be able to explore. I love it. Owie. I think those demon sounds are probably in the area where the blue, when you go into the blue key room area. Unless there's some kind of monster closet that I don't know of. Oh, you bitch. Where the hell are you guys coming from? Seriously? I'm normally known to be able to time that perfectly. There we go. I didn't even hit the button and yet it still fucking fired a shot. That's crazy. Man, apparently this is what the plasma rifle looks like in this mod. Yeah, that would explain all of them coming from this little area. Nope. I will take my shit and go forward. I actually meant to do that, but... Okay, so... Okay, so Crusher... Okay, so the Crusher level is still... Like, as far as like the opening goes, it's still the same. Oh, but I heard a cyber demon. Damn it. So it's probably gonna take a bit. It's probably gonna take a bit of time because, you know, cyber demon, and you have to kind of, you know, give us some time for it to fucking, you know, do anything. Because I believe like what happens is, um, because I believe like what happens is I think it's kind of like maybe like a slow crusher, or maybe like a normal crusher, but like if anything is caught underneath it, then like it traps them, and there's like slow, like slow damage, where it's like over time and all that. So. Yeah, I definitely do need some more bullet ammo. Imagine that thing actually getting a chance to hit me. Okay. Box of bullets. Rockets. Didn't mean to come down here. But at least it gave me an excuse to kill the fucking, at least it gave me an excuse to kill the Pinky that was somehow still alive. But you guys could probably tell, just by the gameplay alone and everything like that. It's like that's like it's kind of like it kind of has like a Brutal Doom type feel, but it's still, but still has the slight, like I guess like the slight vanilla aspect of everything. Where it's like you can't where it's like you can't be able to, you can't perform like like a finisher on your enemies and stuff like that. But like it's like it's still there. It's still there. Kind of thing. Shit. How lovely. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Alright. Alright. So save here. There's gonna probably be some more. There's gonna be some more enemies. Do 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 do. Sorry, I've got like a. I got a bit of an itch. I got some itch I need to scratch. That's terrifying. Like, dear God, did you see the look of that paint on metal? Yeah. Made me kind of wonder if like they were trying to base that off of like it kind of made me wonder if like they were trying to like base that off of like Doom 64 version. Cause good guy, you don't want to see the Doom 64 version, especially on the fact that those things shoot out 2 lost souls instead of 1. And you can't build telefrag, you can't build the like quote unquote like telefrag either. Yike. On the beach. I need to fucking kill the. It's like I need to fucking kill the the Archvile ASAP. And I need health like a motherfucker. That was scary. And a will too close for comfort. Now my only main source of now my only main source of weapons is my shotguns. That's crazy. How did you get out? Okay. Ground collecting what I can. Not really gonna worry about the demon's blue. And there we go. That's simple. Earth is filled with demons all over the place. Every nook and cranny is hiding some fiend to kill you. And all the tech is getting corrupted too. Looks bad for starports. If you're gonna save the remaining people, you're gonna have to fight your way through the outpost they've made on top of it. Your mission is clear. Ty, Lorelei, John, your death will be avenged. Alright. So yeah, that's where we're going to end, because like I said, I'm going to be kind of doing a bit of a thing where I go until like I hit an intermission text. But yeah, that was Doom 2 Classic Redux. I hope you guys have enjoyed the carnage and everything. Yeah, we got very lucky at around the end there, but we got through it, and I'm happy about it. So yeah, we are going to end, and we are going to raid, because I like being able to do that after my streams, whether it be during a normal time frame streaming, or whether or not like I'm doing a random little stream out of nowhere. So give me just a minute. I will be able to type in my chat, because sometimes like when I'm not doing anything for so long, feels like it takes like a hot minute or so for my chat box to allow me to actually type in the chat box. /raid. Before I go hunt down for a raid, though, I just want to say to everyone, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. Whether you're watching this live or as a VOD of some kind. Just in time too, because apparently my stepdad has finished dinner. But yeah, so I will probably be doing more of this on my next Shoot 'em Up Saturday stream, which will be in like a couple of weeks and stuff at most. And my next planned stream, though, however, will be tomorrow, aka Sunday. It's going to be the debut of Dragon Ball FighterZ, because I've been kind of curious to play around with that and everything. I think I've talked about this before, but I do like me some Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is one of my favorite little animes to watch every now and then, and I've been watching some Dragon Ball like gameplay videos and stuff like that. Even though most of it's been from a game called, I think it's like Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero or something like that, which according to what I've been seeing, that Sparking Zero is not available for PS4, which it sucks, but it's whatever. So I got Dragon Ball FighterZ and everything, because I don't know, to me it looked interesting, especially where it's like you're playing like some soul that's got like going around and doing this, that, and the other, with like all that. But trying to play some Dragon Ball Fighters hopefully tomorrow. My next plan stream after that will be on Wednesday, which will be Weapons Mod Wednesday with Freedom 2 with the Blork Remake mod. And then Thursday, I'll be doing more Batman Return to Arkham City, doing more of the main game story mode, New Game Plus, on hard difficulty. Because after I've done all that, I will be doing some Riddler's Revenge, stuff on one of my other save files. Cause pretty much after I've done most of what I could with that, okay. So the idea is after I do like the main story mode, like after I finish like the main story mode stuff, I will be trying to do the mission, like side missions and stuff, to have everything be taken care of, and then I'll be doing Riddler's Revenge on a different save file. Kind of starting like, fresh and all that. And then after I've had my fill with that, that'll pretty much be the finale of Batman Return to Arkham City, unless if someone gives me like some sort of random idea to try and do on the game, which I kind of doubt. But other than that, though, and like in the future, I might try and do more. I might try to do like more. Well, I am going to be trying to do a thing with Arkham Knight in the future, but that's not going to be for a hot minute, as they say. So yeah, like I got ideas planned, and all that. So yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see. See who I might try and raid. Follow only chat, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like now it's one of those situations where like I'm trying to figure out who I want to build a raid and hopefully find someone I can raid without like without like some sort of fucking without like having like like some sort of fucking like a follower only chat, or having like some sort of like raid limit where it's like, oh, you have to have like this many people. So I wanted to get rid of that actually. Holy booba. And then Curiouser. Well, this is the other person. person leaving, different person ending. Yo. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of. Yeah, this is kind of like don't want to be the part per se where it's like I'm trying to like find someone to rate and everything. So just just bear with me. It's like I don't know why, but it's like every time when I see people that have been alive for so long, I think to myself like, are they about to end, or like, are they still going to be going? Because I know sometimes people could, like maybe be going for so long and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? What do I do? Because unfortunately, I have had moments in time where it's like, I'll be like trying to rate someone and everything, and then like, or it's like, I'll be trying to like rate someone, and I think it's like, oh, yeah, they're still, they're still doing the thing and all that, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, it's like this or like that, so. Oh, I wish I could quit yawning. Yeah, if anyone needs to uh, if anyone needs to go, like while I'm trying my ass out to find someone to raid and all that, it's understandable. Hey, Freddy King, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, you kind of catch me on the tail end of my stream and everything like that, because I'm about to raid out. I'm just trying to figure out who to raid out to. So, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I'm doing a bit of a thing where it's like I'm playing a Doom 2 mod that's basically like the thing where it's like I play until I get to more or less where it's like more or less I get to around like the toward like I get to like an intermission text thing, and then like I call it for a stream there. So let's try this first one because I've not been here long enough. But yeah, like I said, I'm sorry that you're catching the tail end, but it's just something I'm kind of doing, or attempting to do, for this little thing. Yeah, I'm gonna clear the chat as I usually do before I raid out, so that way things can hopefully, go by a little faster. Yeah. Alright, looks like we got a target. So, alright, so, yeah. But anyway, so, I appreciate you guys, watching the stream, like I said, whether it was live or VOD, but, until I see y'all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.